Alright, Shalom Akim. This is the brother Izar coming at you with this truth. Alright. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth to rule well. I'm going to kick it off with Joel chapter 2. Speaking of prophecies, what is to come, and that is to say that the end of times is coming, and this place, America, Great Babylon, is going to be destroyed by the thermal nuclear missiles, man, the ICBM missiles. All right. So I'm gonna be going into Joel chapter 2, and it goes into that. This is Joel chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Now that holy mountain that it's talking about is Yasharallah, or Israel. Alright? So that holy mountain also, when you go back to Egypt, Jacob was in Egypt, and by Jacob I mean Israel. Alright? So Joseph, whenever he became the Pharaoh, through the Spirit, the brother Kazak and Yahawashai is coming back. He made a video about one of the pharaohs that was in power around the time of the Hyksos, and that pharaoh's name was Yaqub Har. All right, Yaqub Har means Jacob's mountain. All right, now who is Jacob's mountain? Israel's mountain is Zion. Israel's mountain is his people. All right, so that mountain that the Lord is talking about is Israel, the mountain of Israel. All right. A day of darkness, Salakia. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Another thing that we're supposed to be doing when we go out to the highways and the hedges is preach to repent, because the kingdom of heaven is at hand. All right? So we're supposed to go out to the highways and the hedges and preach and call out to the people and let them know that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So repent lest you be destroyed. All right, like Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. All right, that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding comes straight from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, and because you're not taking heed to the words, like it says in Hosea chapter 4 verse 6, you rejected knowledge, so he's going to reject you, right? So if you reject the Lord, the Son, Yahushai, if you reject him, then he's going to reject you in front of the Father. All right? A day of darkness and of gloominess. The end of time is not going to be anything happen, man. Everybody's not going to be saved when the end of the world cometh. Alright, when the end of the times come, everything's going to be nothing but darkness, man. There's not going to be any light at all. Alright? And when Yahushai comes back in the fathership, in that big chariot, everybody's going to be afraid. Men are going to be on the floor travailing like a woman. Alright? While the men of the Lord, the true men of the Lord, are the ones that have been following them with all truth and all sincerity, they're the ones that are going to be in that chariot looking down, looking at the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is here in America. A day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. All right, what it's talking about here, That's when it's starting to go into the ICBM missiles that are going to be coming down. All right, because there's not going to be a war like that ever again. That war is only going to happen here in Great Babylon. Like it says in 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 9, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right? So the beginning of it that followeth is Israel, which is Jacob. So Israel, when it's in power, when Israel is in power, when our people are in power, which pertains to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as the 12 tribes of Israel chart states, whenever our people are in power, there's going to be justice, man. There's going to be peace on earth. Finally, the earth will get its Sabbaths, you know, and our people will continue to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments that we're always supposed to keep, which our people don't keep anymore because they think it's done away with. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. Now to go into that, I'm going to go into Isaiah 47. This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. And America is no longer called tender and delicate, man. She's not that delicate woman she used to be. Alright? America has been corrupted by the so-called white man, the pale skins, by Esau, Edom. It has been corrupted, and now our people are corrupted. And now that our people are corrupted, they're turning to the Most High and saying, look at your people. You know, they're doing more wicked than we do. Alright, that's Esau's way of dealing with things, man. Putting the blame on you. Alright, he's smooth with his words, but he had drawn swords the whole time, man. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers. Alright? So America is starting to slowly but surely run out of everything they had, man. They're running out of that energy that they had. They're running out of that independence that they thought they had. Alright, now they're depending on other nations. So now they're crossing rivers over and trying to make deals with other nations, trying to steal from other nations, trying to make all kinds of calamities happen at other nations, you know, catastrophes, you know, like that chemical attack, so that they can go over there. And when they go over there, they can claim some land. Alright? But so far it hasn't been working with America. You know, they're getting sloppy with everything they're doing now. Back then they were able to disguise it pretty good, but as time progresses, they find themselves wanting more and more. And now they're starting to get sloppy with everything they're doing, man. They're not covering up their tracks like they used to. Alright? And they're always trying to blame the 12 tribes, the Negroes, Latinos, and the Native Americans. They've always had that hate, man. And now they hide it under their tongue, but they don't forsake it. Alright? Now they want to tell you those things, but they don't want to seem rude or come off offensively because they know they can get in trouble. So now they hide it, man. They're not telling you how they really feel. Alright? Now if they really were all about love, 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 and peace, 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 then they would actually change and forbear and forsake those evil thoughts that were in them. But they don't, man. They're just hiding who they really are. And as for our people just want to hear deceits, man. You tell them the truth, and our people will look at you for a minute and think they're crazy. Alright, they'll continue walking, they'll walk by, they'll scoff, they'll mock, they'll drive by. You know, they'll give you a fist like you're doing a good job, but if they were standing here, they wouldn't like what you were saying, man. Our people only like you from far away, man. You know, like the Lord said, they love me with their mouth, but their heart was far from me. Alright? Let me get Isaiah chapter 30. We'll start off at verse 9. Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 9. That this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of Yahweh, which say to the seers, see not. So because the brothers, the Akim, are making videos because they finally see things that are going on in this world. You know, we see the wars that are going on, wars and rumors of wars, the trade wars. All right, there's all these things that are starting to pop off and starting to continue, like that red dragon in Revelations. That red dragon's already building up his army, trying to fight against the Most High. And whenever people hear it, they think it's silly. And like the brother said, like the brother Yabatasa had said, you do have to be crazy to be in this truth, man. You do have to be a little bit crazy. Alright? You do have to be crazy to put yourself out there like that. Alright, but with all faith, with all truth, and with all sincerity, we believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai that He's going to deliver us through anything, man, and everything. Alright? So we are crazy for this truth, man. That's what we stand for, alright? And just this weekend too, I had, family members trying to fight me, telling me that I should be over there in Thanksgiving. All right, I should be over there in Thanksgiving. I should be over there in family events. And I told them I don't mind being here for family events. I'm down for being there for the family. But if it comes down to worshiping in this pagan this pagan day, I'm not gonna do it, man. Alright, they want me to be over there for Thanksgiving. Man, what are you gonna do for Thanksgiving, man? Like, you should come over. Man, why would you go and celebrate a day where your people were slaughtered, man? Your brothers were slaughtered, your sisters were raped, bro. Like these guys don't understand, and they still want to have Thanksgiving in that day, which you are supposed to have Thanksgiving, but that's an everyday thing, man. You're supposed to give thanks to the Most High every single day, all right? And it's not supposed to be a getting together in one pagan day, a pagan holiday, getting together and getting together with the family, but having a different meaning to it. That completely destroys following the Lord, man. Because the Lord told you not to follow the ways of the heathen. Alright, so if you're getting together with the family on that exact precise day, and you want to call it something else, it doesn't matter, man. You're still doing it because that's what the heathen are doing. Alright, now if they would have done it a week in advance, or a week after, or maybe a month after, or every other month for the rest of the year, I'd be down with that, man. Getting together with the family, that's nice, But if you notice, people only get together when the holidays come in. Alright, people get into that holiday spirit. That's a demon, man. That's a holiday demon. That ain't no spirit. Alright, the only thing you're supposed to be following is the book. Is that little book, man. It's always been that way. And you have these, like the Elder Tahar says, you have these wacky-tacky Christians that want to be believing in certain things. They say they love the Lord. They say that they worship Him in truth and in spirit. But like it says in the scriptures, that spiritual man is mad, man. He ain't right. The way that he is up here. Those spiritual people are crazy, man. They're not actually spiritual people. They were spiritual, one, they would receive the names of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Two, they would receive the truth as the elect, but they're not, man. They're putting it to the side, you know. As for our Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts is his name. All right, and his son is Yahweh Shai. So Yashai. Oh, Salakia, let me go back to Isaiah chapter 30. I'm going to start it off with verse 10. Which say to the seer, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. So they don't want to hear this rightful things, man, like I was mentioning earlier. They don't want to hear the right things of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. They don't want to hear it. Speak unto us smooth things, which is what Esau did. That's why they go running back to Egypt, spiritual Egypt, Babylon, spiritual Sodom. They go running back to Esau because he's the father of lies. So when they go running back to Esau, you know, that's exactly what they get. They get what they want. They want those smooth things, man. Because his tongue was as smooth as butter, bro. But the whole time he was planning to stab you in the back. Speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Now you guys want to hear that the Most High is coming back. And when he comes back, everybody's saved. But that's a lie. The Most High is coming back, and he's gonna destroy every single person that is not with him, man. Either you're with him or you're against him. You know? Let me go back to Isaiah chapter 57. So 47. As for our Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts is his name. The Holy One of Israel. Yahweh of hosts. Yahweh is his name. That's our Redeemer. And who's his son? What is the name of the Father and the Son, if thou canst tell? I believe that's in Proverbs. What is the name of the Father and the Son, if thou canst tell? The Son's name is Yahweh Shai. In Psalms 55 and 16, it tells you that I will turn to Yahweh and he shall save me. Now when you go into those words, Yashai is he saves. Yashaya, he saves me. Yahweh is he who is, he who exists, he who is to be. So Yahweh Shai means he who is, he who exists, he who is to be will save me. Alright, Yahweh is salvation, man. Yahweh is the only one that can save you. Alright? And through the name of Yahweh Shai, we preach to the Most High. Or we preach the Most High. Sit thou silent and get into the darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called Lady of Kingdoms. Now for a long time, America was that superpower. For a long time, America was the big bad bully. But pretty soon, America will be humbled. America's skirts will be lifted up, and she will be humbled. Now when she is humbled, she's going to be brought down low, down to the ground. And people are going to look at America like, this is the one? This is the one that was putting us into captivity? Alright, this place is going to be desolate, man. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. And the Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they were given into the hand of the heathen, of the other nations. So Israel was given away into captivity, and that's right now. Israel is in the land of captivity, and that's our people, man. Salakia. That's 20. Luckily, I can. It's freezing cold out here, man. This is Jeremiah chapter 10. So like in chapter 8, verse 10. Therefore will I give their wives unto others, and their fields to them that shall inherit them. So the fields unto others, which are these Edomites, these other nations. So our wives are going to be given unto others, which happened already. Their fields to them that shall inherit them. So our fields no longer belong to us, but they belong to those heathen, to those other nations, man. In Israel, the place Israel, and here in the Americas. And their field to them that shall inherit them. So those people are also not just only going to inherit our wives and our land, but also they're going to inherit us. For everyone from the least even unto the greatest is given to covetousness. Unto the greatest is given Salakia, from the prophet even unto the priest, everyone dealeth falsely. All right, and that wasn't just in ancient times, man. Because like in Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9, or Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 15, it states that which has been is to be. So the past is the present, because Yahweh requireth what happened in the past, man. So like Revelation says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. How did our people go into captivity, man? Through you Catholics, through you Christians. Our people were put into chains, man. Sold off. All right? The boy was sold for a harlot. All right? And the girl was sold for wine. And that's how our people were, man. That's how our people were treated. And even up to date, like I said, they keep those words under their tongue. They don't want to say what they really feel. And given them in thine hand. So let me read verse 6 again in Isaiah chapter 47. I was wroth with my people because we sinned against the Most High. All right? I have polluted my inheritance. And by polluted, when that means to when you pollute something, you take it out of the natural cause or out of the natural state that it was in. All right, so our people have been polluted, not just spiritually, but also physically. If you look at some Jakes don't look like Jakes, man. They're not outward Jews, all right, but inwardly, the ones that accept Yahweh Hashem Yahushai are those inward Jews, man. We don't have that appearance that we used to have, but now we have the appearance on the spirit of an actual Jew, of an Israelite, all right, because the spirit verifies with the spirit. So if the Spirit of the Most High, which is the Holy Ghost, the Rakak Kodash, if the Spirit of the Most High verifies with your spirit and it resonates and it stays in there and it's peaceful and it keeps working, then that means you're an Israelite, man. You're a Jake. All right? So our people were polluted, or Yahweh's people were polluted, which is his inheritance, man. And given them into thine hand, thou didst show them no mercy. And that's what happened to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Our people were shown no mercy, man. That's a prophecy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid the yoke. And thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever. All right, so America thinks that it's going to keep going, man. America thinks that it's going to keep flourishing. All right? But through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, we know that he's going to come back and destroy this nation, man. This wicked nation. All right, this nation of confusion. So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart. All right, these things that they say that they love you, that they love peace. All right, that they want to be peaceful. Where was that, man? That wasn't even too many years ago. All right, when our people were put into captivity. That's the 1400s and the 1600s, man. It hasn't been that long. All right. Neither did thou remember the latter end of it. All right, because these things were already prophesied, man, that the downfall of Israel was coming, and not just that, but the downfall of the place that took Israel captive was going to come to an end. All right, so for all those people that are still living this life lavishly and deliciously, this place is going to be destroyed, man. All right, this Babylon the Great will be destroyed. Like it says in Revelations, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So who led us into captivity? All right, there's been many artifacts found here in the Americas that state that the natives in all Americas were actually Israelites, man. They were actually Jakes. All right, they had the name Yahweh Shai. They had the name Yahweh. They believed in the Most High. But as time progressed, they didn't. All right, our people turned against the Most High. We started praying to the stars, to the moons, to the suns. We started worshiping the creature more than the Creator. And that's when the Most High was wroth against us, man. And he sent us for an inheritance to the heathen. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, like I mentioned. You guys dwell carelessly, man. You guys are just living this life like you don't think it's ever going to end, man. Alright? Esau is so concerned about the flesh that he doesn't care about the spirit, man. That sayest in thy heart, I am, and none else besides me. Alright, you guys think that you guys are the shit, man. You guys think that you're gonna keep living the way that you're living. And no one else will ever live like you. There's no other place like America. There's no other place like California. There's no other place like Texas. There's no other place like New York. Alright? And you guys have made these nations actually believe that, man. You guys made these nations believe that so much that they leave their hometown to come over here and leave behind those traditions that they had, man. When they come over here, they lose all that tradition, you know, all that stuff that they used to have to do. They put it all aside when they came over here because they believe this is the land of the free. All right, but if this is the land of the free, why do you still pay taxes? You're not supposed to be paying taxes. Alright? If this is the land of the free, why do you labor in vain? Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly and sayest in the heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. So you think you're not going to be destroyed, man. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. So in one day, everything will happen to you, man. You're going to be destroyed, and your children are going to be destroyed. And by your children, it's talking about the people that dwell in this system, man. The ones that believe in that system of the beast. All right, which is that microchip. Which goes back to the word poragma, which is that mark, poragma, and that word poragma means an incision. Alright? For thou hast the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. Alright? You guys are wicked. And everything you guys have been doing, the Most High is going to pay it back, man. Vengeance belongs to the Most High. You know, that's why we don't believe in marching in the streets, marching in the cities. All right? We don't believe in walking around and loving black is everything, or in loving, building up an army for Israel. You guys are being too carnal, man. This is spiritual. Spiritually, you're supposed to be building up Israel, man. Kwam Yasharallah. Rise Israel. So we're supposed to be rising up to the scriptures, man. Because the scriptures and this word, this is how we defend ourselves against the heathen, against the other nations. Alright? It says, thy wisdom, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Alright, you trusted in betraying all these other nations. You trusted in betraying people. And that's how you gain your glory. So now this place is going to be destroyed because you trusted in that system that you had too much, man. Thou sayest, none seeth me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Alright, so you keep repeating those words to yourself, man. I am, and none else is beside me. I am, and none else is beside me. But little do you know that you're going to be destroyed, man. Alright, when time comes, you're going to be destroyed, thus say the scriptures. It says, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee. So with all that wisdom and knowledge that you think you have, it perverted your mind, and now you think you're untouchable. Alright? So how's it going, man?
Can't show you some love like I did last time.
Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. So you're not going to see the end times coming, man. When it comes and Yahweh Shai cracks those skies, you're going to be afraid. Like I mentioned earlier, you're going to be like a woman in travail, man. You're going to be on the ground crying. Stand now with thy enchantments and with thy multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. So from the beginning of America, you have labored in deceits. Alright, going against Judah, going against Benjamin, going against Levi, the southern kingdom, going against Ephraim, the leader of the northern kingdom. You know, when you came over here, that's what you did since your youth, man. You went against the children of Israel. Since the very beginning. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art weary, and multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers and the stargazers prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. So go back to your gods, man. Go to your gods. See if they're going to save you when Yahweh Hashem Yahushai comes back. See if that Edomite Jesus Christ, that Cesar Borgia, that Serapis Christus, Osiris, Nimrod. See if any of those gods are going to save you when Yahweh Hashem Yahushai comes back. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee from whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, and none shall save thee. So no nation, no person is going to be able to save you from the damnation that is destined for you from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So continuing in Joel chapter 2, a darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountain, a great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even the years of many generations. So those are the ICBM missiles that are coming to America. Alright? There's never going to be another day like that. When Jacob climbs up, and Jacob is on top, which is Israel, which are the 12 tribes of Israel. When the 12 tribes are on top of this world, there's not going to be any more wars or rumors of wars, man. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. And the land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, and nothing shall escape them. So if you can imagine the fervent heat that is going to melt all the elements on this earth, you can only imagine how painful it's going to be for the people dwelling here, man. You know, so through fear and trembling, we persuade men to follow Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, there's over 2 billion Christians, I believe, in this world. There's 7.5 billion people in this world. And there hasn't been a damn thing that has changed. There hasn't been any peace established. And like I read in Isaiah chapter 30, verse 9, they say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, they say, prophesy not. Speak unto us smooth things, speak unto us deceits. And that's all they want. They want deceits. So when we come out here with the truth, they don't like it. They have a problem against it. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as the horsemen, so shall they run. So if you can imagine, let me read the next verse. Like the noise of chariots, and on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. And those are those ICBM missiles. Alright? If you listen to how the missile sounds with the crackling of the fire, and you hear how it sounds when all those horses and all those chariots run together, it sounds exactly the same. Alright? So those chariots leaping from mountain to mountain, remember, mountain can also be seen as a group of people. Just like Israel can be Zion, Israel can be that holy mountain from the Most High. So the mountain to mountain is going to be jumping. It's those ICBM missiles, man. And when they come here, they're gonna be dressed in battle array. All right, they're gonna be made out of metal, out of technology. All right. Like the noise of chariots, in the tops of the mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness. So every single face here on this earth, when they see those ICBM missiles coming for them, they're going to be afraid, man. And I had a vision. I want to say it was about 4 months ago. I lived my full dream was about me living my life as a regular person. All right? At the end of my dream, I walked outside of the store, and when I looked up, I saw that ICBM missile headed right towards me. And that was before the brothers had taught me what the ICBM missiles were. All right? It was way before I even learned this truth. So I saw the ICBM missile hitting straight towards me, and I started running. And when I was running, I saw the blast radius just continue, and it was following right behind me, getting inside of houses, getting inside and over the houses, getting over the trees, burning everything in its path until it finally consumed me. All right? And when I was consumed, I prayed to the Most High, and I woke again in the middle of my dream when I was walking in the store, and I looked around and I was confused because I knew what was coming. I knew exactly what was coming. So I was given a second chance. All right? Your first chance, you messed up. You didn't follow like you were supposed to follow. You were doing your life carelessly, like it states here in Joel 2. You were living your life lavishly, you know, thinking that that's all there was to it. But when I had that dream, I woke up and I was afraid. I was afraid because I knew what was coming. So when I told the brother Gaibataza, he's the one that explained to me what that was. The ICBM missiles. Alright, that was a prophetic dream. And that's going to be happening, man. Hopefully I post it up on the channel later. But I have two comparisons with chariots, the sound of a bunch of chariots, and the sound of the crackling of the fire from a missile. Alright? And then I have another clip, which is the Doomsday clip in Terminator, when all those missiles just heading towards every other country. And that's exactly how it's going to be, man. There's going to be the Third World War. Alright? And in that Third World War, simultaneously, after this place is going to be destroyed, the Most High is going to come down and he's going to scarcely save us. Alright? And when Babylon is being destroyed, we're going to be up in the chariots looking down, seeing this place being destroyed. And the Most High says he's going to laugh at your calamity. And that's something terrible, man, being laughed at by the Most High. If you can only imagine when you were a little kid and you fell, and your parents looked at you and they started laughing, you already started crying, man. You felt it in your heart. You felt hurt because they laughed at you instead of helping you up. Now, if you can imagine the Most High laughing at you, that's way worse, man. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And like I was speaking of, that blast radius in that dream, it was going through all the windows. It was climbing over everything. It was going over everything, man. Everything was being destroyed. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march everyone in his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. All right, so like in that movie The Terminator, when all those missiles were heading towards every other country, all right, they didn't break their ranks. Every single one was destined for a spot. All right, because everything is being orchestrated by the Most High Yahweh. All right, and through the name of Yahweh Shai, we're going to be saved. But that's only for those that persevere and stay until the very end, man. All right, because if you stop halfway, if you even stop a day before, all that righteousness that you did, even if it was for 30 years, 50 years, all that righteousness will be counted as nothing. Neither shall one thrust another. So whenever they have those anti-missile defense, it ain't gonna do anything, man. Those missiles are destined to hit. All right, so when you shoot those anti-missiles, they're gonna miss. Every single one of them is gonna miss, like it states in the scriptures, because this place is destined for destruction. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city. That's what I was speaking of when that all that blast radius was consuming everything. Everything was going, everything up and down the city. Everything was being consumed as I was running. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up on the houses. They shall enter in the windows like a thief. That's exactly what my dream was. When it was entering through the windows, over the houses, it was going through everything, man. They shall run to and fro in the city, Salakia. Verse 10, the earth shall quake before them, and the heavens shall tremble. All right, like I was saying, it's going to melt with fervent heat. The heavens and the earth will melt with fervent heat. If you can imagine air burning up with fervent heat, man, that's going to be painful, man. Just by touching the stove when you're cooking something, that already burns like hell. All right, if you can imagine the Most High destroying this place with fervent heat, it's going to be 1,000,000 times more than that, man. The heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. All right, and from this place being destroyed from those ICBM missiles, the skies are going to be darkened. All right, from that mushroom cloud of the ICBM missiles hitting. And Yahweh shall utter his voice before his army. For this camp is very great, for he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of Yahweh is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? All right, who can live throughout these calamities, through this destruction, through these earthquakes? Who can live through it? Nobody. Nobody can live through it unless the Most High sees mercy and grants you mercy and saves you through Yahweh Shai when he comes back in that ship. Then he'll grant you mercy. But until then, nobody is safe, man. That's why it's called the hopeful elect. That doesn't mean the sure elect. That doesn't mean the positively influencive elect. It's talking about the hopeful elect. The ones that are going out there because they fear the Most High, man. Because we know what's coming. Alright? Therefore also now, saith Yahweh, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning, and rend your heart and your garments. Alright? It says, Salakia, it says, and rend your heart and not your garments. Alright? So you have to circumcise your mind, man. Rend means to cut off. Cut off that world that you were living in. Cut off from that world that you grew up in and start becoming a man. Quit being a child. You need to become a man of the Lord, man. Because if not, you're going to be destroyed, man. All right, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Not because we're not telling you, but because you're willfully ignorant. We tell you the truth, but you don't want to hearken. And because you reject the truth, the Most High is going to reject you, man. And turn to Yahweh, your power, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repenteth him of the evil. All right? So this evil that's going to be happening, if you seek the Most High, even if you sin, the Most High will grant you mercy, man. What happened to King David? King David was going off whenever he was lusting after another woman, a woman that was already married. But he constantly sought, and he constantly was searching, and he constantly was trying to find the heart of the Most High. He was always enthused and always wanted to know more and always wanted to be close to him. So by that he was saved. All the prophets, man, they were all saved, not through the works they did, not just through the faith they did, but through faith and works. One and the other. You got to have both. Who knoweth if he will return and repent and leave a blessing behind him, even a meat offering and a drink offering unto Yahweh your power. Blow the trumpet in Zion, sanctify a fast, call a solemn assembly. And that solemn assembly is seriousness, man. And that's what the Akim are doing whenever they go to the four corners of the earth and they go out to the highways and the hedges. They have that solemn assembly, man. They're gathering the people together in all seriousness, man. And with all that seriousness, we're preaching and we're speaking up to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai to come back down and destroy this place, man. Gather the people, sanctify the congregation, assemble the elders, gather the children and those that suck the breasts, and let the bridegroom go forth of his chamber and the bride out of her closet. Now who's the bride and the bridegroom? Like it states in Isaiah 61, I believe, the bridegroom would be Yahushai and the bride would be Israel. All right, same thing with Revelations, and same thing with that parable that he uses with the 10 virgins. All right, Israel's going to be saved. And by Israel being saved, there's going to be some that are wise and some that are unwise with this truth. The ones that are wise are the ones that are constantly feeding that fire with this oil. The ones that are not wise are the ones that think that they have everything. They don't think they have to read anymore. They don't think they have to go out to the highways and the hedges. Those are the foolish virgins. The ones that still believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, but they're not doing the work. So those 5 are going to be casted out, and 5 are going to be accepted from the bridegroom. And that's who the bride is, Israel, the bridegroom being Yahweh Shai. All right? Which originally was Yahweh's, but everything was given to Yahweh Shai from the Most High. Gather the people, sanctify the congregation, assemble the elders, gather the children and those that suck the breast. Now we'll go to Isaiah chapter 28. Don't want to see it, man. You know, I just let it play, see what he would say. They don't like it.
That's crazy, Hockey, because he stopped taking it up.
He didn't like it. You know, they look at that chart. Well, where am I at? They don't see themselves on there because they're not to be on there, man. You know? Now we can't judge carnally. I can't say that man is not Israel. Alright? Because his father could have been Israel. And he just looks like an Edomite. Or he just looks like another nation. But even the 2/3, when they pass back here, and you can tell that they're Israel through the Spirit, they still look at the chart, and then they walk off. They don't want to hear anymore. And I always go back to to Hosea chapter 4, verse 6.